Hi everyone, I'm Juan David and I'm going to talk about some facts about French culture, talking especially about their traditions and its festivities and holidays. There are a lot, as you know, France is a multicultural country, but here are some of the most important. The first one is the Paris Marathon, that is a sporting event that is held every year during April in Paris. The second one is the Bastille Day, which is present on July 14, and it is a holiday day in France. As you know, this is a very important day for the culture because that was the day when the French Revolution began, and it is celebrated with in a big way with outdoor military parades, music and performances, everything that with some helicopters that land in French and do some activities. The third one is the jazz festival that it is around all May, and every weekend the people can show and can listen to some different concerts and shows that are held in Paris parks. The the next is the Tour de France. That is one of the most, as you know, is one of the most important events in all the world. It is a cycling event, and it is the most famous international recognizing event of that sport. And it starts in July, and they they run they run over all France in during this month. And the final one is the Autumn Festival. As you know, Paris is an artistic country, has a lot of expression, and is one of the most important countries making festivals, exhibitions, and all of kind of that are expressions which they organize. And they in during that festivals they express some art forms. They make presentations from theaters, they dance, music, sculptures, or any other artistic elements that they could present during that epoch.
Now I'm going to talk about the gastronomy in France. The gastronomy in France is one of the most important in all the world. This is so popular in the continent of Europe and in the continent of North America. This is considered like a world heritage of the humanity, and this is so diversity. This kind of food have so types and is so diversity and is multicultural. In France, all the region has its own kitchen. In the northeast of France, the butter and the apple is served. In the southeast, the fine herbs and tomatoes is served by the influence of Italy. In the north, the potatoes and the pork, and in the east, the bacon, the sausages, and the beer. When you go to lunch in a restaurant in France, you have 5 moments in the lunch. The appetizer, when the waiter serve the fine wines. The wines is so important in France are wines, sweet wines and sour wines, and in the appetizer serve cocktails. Then comes the entry. In this moment, the salads and the soups are served. Then the main dish when serve the meat and fish or the chicken. This is the principal moment of the lunch. Then have the fromage that is a lechon of cheese, and finally the dessert that is a sweet food that contains food like yogurt, fruit, and elaborate candies. Now I'm going to talk about 3 principal dishes of French. The first is the tartine. The tartine is a bread, a slice of bread. It's usually added with other ingredients like the butter and the jam. The second dish is the croissant. The croissant is so important and is so popular in all the world. It is made a specific puff pastry that contains cheese, butter, or margarine. And the last dish is the ratatouille, like the movie. It's a French dish, a specialty made with different steamed with vegetables. It's come from the Provence region and is so important in all the country of France.
I am going to tell about the French lifestyle. The French lifestyle has the following characteristics: haute couture and luxury sector, clothes of great fame and prestige, and taste for French fashion, gastronomy, and love for wine. The French lifestyle in food is characterized by quality over quantity. The French food is refined and creative, short but efficient work. In France, people only work 35 hours per week, and they have an additional 10 days of rest for years. Finally, the French lifestyle is relatively calm and relaxing, and they know how to take advantage of time and are very productive.
In France, there are many emblematic places that are very recognized worldwide. Some of them are the Eiffel Tower, the Triumphal Arch, the Louvre Museum, the Palace of Versailles, and the Notre Dame Cathedral or the Luxembourg Garden. Today I will explain you three of them. First, the Louvre Museum. The Louvre Museum is the national museum in France, opened in 1793. It's the most important, largest, and most visited in the world. It's located in Paris, in the former royal palace of Louvre. It has Greek, Roman, Egyptian antiquities. For example, there is the Mona Lisa, the Venus of Milo, or the Freedom Living People, among others. The Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is located on the Champ de Mars, on the banks of the Seine River. This Parisian monument, symbol of France and its capital, it's the highest structure in Paris, and it's the most visited in the world, with 7.1 million tourists every year. It has a height of 324 meters, being the highest structure in the world for 41 years. It has welcomed more than 250 million tourists or visitors since it was inaugurated in 1889. Finally, the Notre Dame Cathedral. It's a Catholic cathedral located in Paris and dedicated to the Virgin Mary. Its construction began in 1163. In 1260, it was already completed for the most part, although it was completed until 1345. There is an organ, a bell, old stained glass windows, gargoyles, and other relics. Remember that this year, unfortunately, Notre Dame suffered significant damage from a fire.
And finally, the background and religion. As you know, France is a country of 65 million people, and country is multi-ethnic and multicultural. There is no exact information about the different percentage of ethnics in French, but the actual percentage of the population is estimated that around 83 to 88% of the population is Catholic, and 2% is Protestant, and between 5 to 10 is Muslim. So, as you can see, there are the majority of people in France is Catholic. The France official name is the Republic of France. The state is headed by the president, and there is a prime minister that is the head of the government and is responsible for implementing laws and policy and coordinate the action of the government. In French, the vast majority of native citizens speak French. They don't. People don't speak too much English, just in the central cities like Paris. So if you want to, so first, as I suggest, if you want to go to France and talk with another person, you should first ask her or ask him if he or she speaks English. So in that way, he will be more comfortable, because in the other way, he will be a little bit annoyed and rude, and he will think that you were rude with him.